I was broke at 27, not living paycheck to paycheck broke. I mean, I had $11 in my bank account, $4,200 in credit card debt, and a spreadsheet full of budgets I never followed. I had read books. I had watched videos. I had told myself every January 1st that this was the year I'd get my finances together. Nothing changed until I discovered one habit. One single daily habit that took me less than 5 minutes to do, and within 18 months, I had paid off every dollar of debt, built a $10,000 emergency fund, and started investing for the first time in my life. I'm not going to sell you on some complicated strategy. No stock picks, no crypto schemes, no side hustle that requires 40 extra hours a week, just one habit. And today, I'm going to show you exactly what it is and how to make it stick. Welcome back to the Financial Mindset, the channel where we don't just talk about money, we rewire the way you think about it. If you're new here, I'm glad you found this video, because what I'm sharing today is genuinely the foundation of everything else I teach on this channel. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We drop new videos every week designed to help you build real, lasting financial freedom, not just financial hype. Now, let's get into it. The problem with most financial advice. Here's the thing nobody tells you about financial advice. Most of it is technically correct, but practically useless. Spend less than you earn. Cool, thanks. Super helpful. Invest 15% of your income. Great advice for someone who actually has income left over after rent. The problem isn't the advice. The problem is that most people are trying to fix a behavior problem with information, and information alone never changes behavior. If it did, nobody would smoke cigarettes. Everyone knows smoking is bad, but people still smoke. Why? Because habits aren't driven by what we know. They're driven by systems, cues, and repetition. This is the core philosophy behind everything we do at the Financial Mindset, and it's exactly why I stopped trying to get motivated about money and started building a system instead. So what's the habit? I call it the daily financial check-in. 5 minutes every single day, no exceptions. Let me break down what that actually looks like. What the daily financial check-in actually is. The daily financial check-in is simple. You open up your bank account or your budgeting app or even a notebook and you answer 3 questions. Question 1, what did I spend yesterday? Not in a judgment way. Not, oh no, I spent $14 on coffee again, I'm terrible. Just awareness. You look, you write it down, you move on. Question 2, am I on track for my monthly goal? This assumes you have a monthly spending goal, even a rough one. If you don't have one yet, don't worry. By the end of this video, I'll tell you exactly how to set one. Question 3, is there one small thing I can do differently today? Maybe it's packing lunch. Maybe it's skipping the impulse Amazon purchase. Maybe it's transferring $10 to savings. Just one thing. Small is fine, small is actually the point. That's it, 3 questions, 5 minutes, every day. Now I know what you're thinking, that sounds too simple to actually work, and I get it. When I first heard this concept, I dismissed it immediately. I wanted a complicated system. I wanted algorithms and spreadsheets and color-coded categories. I thought simplicity meant it wasn't serious enough. But here's what the research actually says, and here's what I found out the hard way. Complexity kills consistency. A study published in the Journal of Consumer Research found that people who tracked their spending, even imperfectly, saved significantly more over time than those who didn't track at all. It wasn't about having a perfect system. It was about the act of paying attention. When you check in with your money every single day, you stop being a passive participant in your own financial life. You become aware, and awareness is the first step to control. Why this habit works psychologically. Let me give you the psychology behind why this works, because understanding the why is what makes the habit actually stick. Reason 1, it shrinks the gap between intention and action. Most people think about their finances in big, once-a-month bursts, usually when the credit card statement comes in and the panic hits. Daily check-ins collapse that timeline. When you look at your money every day, small decisions feel real. That $6 subscription you forgot about, you'll catch it. That $80 dinner that seemed fine in the moment, you'll reconsider next time. Reason 2, it builds identity. There's a concept in behavioral psychology that says we don't rise to the level of our goals, we fall to the level of our systems. When you do something every day, it stops being a task and starts being part of who you are. After 30 days of daily check-ins, you don't have to force yourself to be a financial person. You already are one. Your brain has filed it under things I do. Reason 3, it removes shame. This one is big. A lot of people avoid looking at their finances because they're afraid of what they'll see. Avoidance feels safe in the short term, but it's financially catastrophic long term. The daily financial check-in makes you look every single day, even on the bad days. And here's what happens. The shame fades, because shame lives in the dark. When you look at your money every morning like you look at the weather, it becomes neutral. It's just data, and data you can work with. Real quick, if this is resonating with you, I want to invite you to do something right now before we keep going. Drop the word habit in the comments below. It lets me know this type of content is hitting home, and it also helps the algorithm get this video in front of more people who need it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, seriously, what are you waiting for? The financial mindset exists to give you the tools, the mindset, and the strategy to actually change your financial life. New video every week. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss one. All right, back to it. How to start even if you're starting from zero. Okay, so how do you actually start? Here's your exact 3-step launch plan. Step 1, pick your tool, don't overthink this. You have 3 options: a free app like Mint, YNAB, or your bank's native app, a simple Google Sheet or Excel spreadsheet. A physical notebook, the best tool is the one you'll actually use. For me, it's a notes app on my phone. For my wife, it's a paper notebook on the kitchen counter. It doesn't matter. Pick one and commit to it. Step 2, set a daily trigger. Habits need cues. Your daily financial check-in needs to be attached to something you already do every day. For a lot of people, it's morning coffee. For others, it's right after brushing their teeth at night. Pick your trigger before you go to bed tonight. Seriously, pause this video and decide right now. Step 3, start with just 30 days. Don't commit to forever. That's too big and your brain will resist it. Commit to 30 days, just 30. Tell yourself, I'm going to do this for 30 days and see what happens. What you'll find is that by day 30, it doesn't feel like a habit anymore. It feels like breathing. One more thing: on the days you mess up and miss a check-in, here's the rule: never miss twice in a row. Missing once is human. Missing twice is a pattern. If you miss a day, the only thing that matters is showing up the next morning. What happened when I made this my life? Let me bring this back to where I started. When I began doing daily financial check-ins, the first week was uncomfortable. I saw numbers I didn't want to see. I realized I was spending over $400 a month on things I couldn't even remember buying, but I kept showing up. By month 2, I had cut my unnecessary spending by almost 30%, not because I was restricting myself harshly, but because I was watching. Awareness alone changed my behavior. By month 6, I paid off my first credit card. I remember sitting at my kitchen table at 11 p.m., making that final payment and just staring at the screen. It was $1,100 I'd been carrying around for 3 years, making minimum payments, pretending it wasn't there. Gone. By month 18, the debt was done. The emergency fund was full. And I had started automatically investing $200 a month into an index fund, which felt impossible to me 2 years before. None of that came from a single dramatic financial decision. It came from 5 minutes a day, every day, for 18 months. That's the power of this habit. And that's why this channel exists, because I know what it feels like to be on the other side, and I know how to get you from there to here. Let me leave you with this: you don't need to be a finance expert to change your financial life. You don't need a 6-figure salary or a perfect credit score or a finance degree. You need a habit. One habit practiced consistently over time. The daily financial check-in costs you nothing. It takes 5 minutes. And it will show you more about your financial life in 30 days than most people learn in 30 years. Start tonight. Before you go to sleep, open your bank app, look at what you spent today, and ask yourself, was that aligned with the life I'm building? That one question, asked consistently, will change everything. If you got value from today's video, do me a favor, share it with one person in your life who you know needs to hear this. Not to lecture them, just because you care. And if you're new here, welcome to the Financial Mindset family. This is just the beginning. I've got videos on budgeting from scratch, building an emergency fund, investing for beginners, and so much more, all designed to meet you exactly where you are and move you forward. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll see you in the next one. Let's build that mindset. Let's build that life.